Well, of course, there's two issues here. One is why are the laws in place, and the other is how are they enforced. And as far as there being threats, I mean, you're perpetrating those threats too because you pay taxes and take part in the system by which all of the threat making takes place. So, now, as far as why do we have the rules? Well, it's always some form of the public good, but there is an individualistic way to formulate why we have these laws, and that's where majority rule comes from. If you assume all people are equal, then when summing laws, then with a majority, you can conceivably decide for the whole. Now, I personally don't think a 51% majority is sufficient. I think most of our laws should be two-thirds or three-fifths, where you have larger majorities. Because I think if almost half the people disagree with something, no, it's probably not a good idea to go with. You might even, with a lot of things, want to go with 90% agreement. But you can make individualistic arguments to support it in that case. So the threat is, yeah, that's because that's what the law of the jungle comes down to at one point. And so there's a point at which you have to say, well, what are we going to do with people that disagree and act on that? What are you going to do? Again, you're going to threaten them, and that's the fair thing to do because it used to be kings wouldn't even threaten; they'd just, punish you once you did something to piss them off. And it was like, well, you've got to tell us. You have to threaten us. You have to tell us what you're going to do in particular circumstances, and that's actually moving forward in the history of individual rights. To know what you could be punished for in advance by the now Democratic majority.